Hello everyone, welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. So what I have prepared here is a ship that will be capable of doing some docking maneuvers. If I scroll to the top here, you can see I have this really weird kind of upside down ship. That is what will pop off here. So right here, down, if I can point here, there are some docking, I don't know what the word is. Hold on, let me see if I can find it in the... which one is it? I don't remember. It is, there it is, the Clampotron docking port. Anyway, that'll allow me to detach and reattach parts of the ship. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into an orbit around Minimus. I'm going to go back to Minimus, get some more science. But this time I'm going to leave a larger portion in space when I do it to save on fuel and get back safely and do that kind of thing. And I can actually have 2 crew members for this, so I'm going to take Bob and I'm going to take Enming, if that's how you pronounce his name. Yeah, so anyway, this thing, let's see how this thing runs. I have done very little preparation for this, but I have done a little bit of preparation. Alright. And one thing, actually, that I was originally concerned about, but I'm glad I figured out, is when you have 2 command pods on here, like I do, and one's facing one way and one's facing the other way, you want to make sure you're controlling it from the right one, otherwise it'll think everything is upside down. So without further ado, let's go ahead and blast thing off. Get this thing in the air. This thing is massive and kind of compact too. It has a whole bunch of stuff in it, all slammed in there. Looks like we're getting a little bit of wobbling. Nothing uncontrollable though, fortunately. Okay. And actually, it's kind of weird. The bottom of it, if I angle it like this. This is the square, like this is the flat portion of it over here. However, if you look at the bottom, everything is twisted. Everything is rotated. Right, so I'm actually looking at the corner here. The corner's kind of to the right. Let's go and get rid of those. Hopefully they don't hit anything. So if you see what I mean, it's not aligned properly. Anyway, it's kind of hard to see once it's in the air, but it's angled weird. That's just what I'm trying to say, and I was very grateful that it didn't like throw itself off center or something. Okay, and with this I actually prepared it so that there's a fuel tank right here that will run out of fuel at some point. Doesn't actually seem to be transferring any fuel. That's probably... Oh, now it is. Okay, so it's the one on top that was transferring fuel. Okay. Great, glad I got that out of the way. We're starting to accelerate past 200. Let me see if I can slow myself down just a little bit. We're about to break the atmosphere up here. Let me actually start to rotate. Okay, it's probably fine if I accelerate now. So whenever this loses fuel, I'm going to detach that. And I think these will run out first. Yeah, looks like. Excellent. There's a whole lot going on in here. It may not seem like it, but there is. Alright, get rid of those. And these will run out soon as well. Where you at? Where you at? Okay. And go ahead and get rid of those. Okay. And now these should run for a while longer. Let's see, where's our apoapsis? 30,000? It's not phenomenal, but it's not bad. Kind of wish it was a little higher right now. Maybe I rotated a little too early. It's fine, we'll just not rotate anymore for now, until this gets to a more substantial position. Where's Minimus right now? Minimus is kind of behind us, or in front of it's in front of us. Okay, I don't know how that'll change. I'm pretty sure our orbit is way faster than its because we're closer into Kerbal, but I don't know if, I don't know. We may need to set up a maneuver really quick, or have to go around another time before we can get to it in its current position. Is that its flag? Yeah, that's it. So that flag over there is it. Are we on center here? We are pretty much on center. That's pretty good, actually. Excellent. Okay. And where's this at? 72,000. Okay, that's actually probably pretty good. We'll get to 80,000. I don't know where the official number is that you want to get to, but we'll just kind of... There it is. Okay. Throttle down. And make sure we're still on... Yeah, we're still pretty center. Alright, well... Looks pretty good to me. And use RCS to rotate myself. I put RCS all over this thing. Just everywhere. Because it's pretty big right now. How are we doing on monopropellant? Yeah, we're fine on monopropellant. I put a whole bunch of it on here because you kind of need it for docking. Alright. And speed myself up again. And hopefully we can get ourselves a pretty significant orbit. We're actually kind of running low on fuel. That makes me nervous. I mean, it'd be kind of nice if I had made it so I could detach these top bits here. But I didn't. Unfortunately. Well, I guess it's not the end of the world. It's not quite the end of the world, it's just not great. Okay, I need to be able to, my goal right now, we need an entire orbit around Earth, and we need to be able to adjust it to Min-Miss's orbit before I have to drop these tanks. That's kind of where I'm at with that one right now. If I can't do that, then we may have a fuel problem. Okay, we have our Earth orbit. Let's slow down. Let's find... Where's Min-Miss? Min-Miss is right there. Set as target. Okay. Add maneuver. Does that look about right? That looks pretty good. Okay. Great. Now this will be a relatively small burn from what it looks like. Start burning here in a second. Where am I going? North or south? I'm going south. Yeah, I gotta point myself south, I believe. This RCS is really, really, really good. I'm so glad I have it. Just went a little past. Come on, go back. I don't have a lot of time here. I'm already late for the burn. I'm not really that late. It was a really small burn. Okay. I went a little past. Whatever. It's fine. It's not... It doesn't matter. Alright, so Min-Miss is right over there. It's pretty much in the same spot as I am. Which means... Can I set up an orbit, like, really quickly here and get contact with it? Or... No. Nope, can't. Okay, well... I may actually end up... Hold on. Should I... If I set one up on this side... Because I forget how fast I am by comparison to it, actually. It's not like the moon, where you move at very similar speed. That's actually pretty good. Let's go and use that. Let's get over here. Let's get on, just get right on over here. Come on. Get a move on. Get her move on. I think I'm getting the hang of this whole orbit thing. Now, let me get myself into position here. I am speeding up. So it should be over here to the left. There it is. There's our marker. How marvelous. Excellent. Alright. This will be somewhat of a long burn. And I still have a little bit of this fuel. Not much. No, I pretty much don't have any fuel. Okay. Alright. Great. Now, I only have 2 tanks left. Not the best situation in the world. I was hoping I would have a lot more than this at this point, but I guess that's kind of what I get for not testing it thoroughly. So anyway, I will be able to undock these and redock them, and hopefully I'll have plenty of fuel to get back home. And the cool thing about this setup, I realized in testing, is all of this stuff here has a fuel cross-feed. All of it. So, this fuel over here, these 5 tanks, if I don't use all the fuel there, I will be able to use... if I don't use it when I actually land on Minmus, I will be able to use it to get back home, which is kind of cool. I have it turned off now so it doesn't transfer fuel over. I think I do anyway. I sure hope I do. Yeah, I do. So it doesn't transfer fuel over yet, fortunately. Otherwise I'd really be screwed. I would very, very, very much be screwed. Oh, wow. Did I just... Was that a moon orbit there for a second? You know what I just realized? Is I'm not even pointing at the right thing. Shit. Okay, well we're gonna have to create a new maneuver then. Or maybe not. Will these... Without a new maneuver... Something like that. Yeah, I definitely messed that up without even realizing it. Alright, this will be a pretty small burn as well, but I'm going to have to adjust quite a bit of things. Where am I going to be pointing for this burn? I don't really... Oh, down. I'm going to be pointing toward the surface. Excellent. Alright. Gotta move our orbit over. I'm actually going to slowly do this burn. I don't want to go past it. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, we got our encounter. I want to keep going. I want to get closer to it. Keep going, keep going. I want to get that at least like 600,000. There we go. We might as well go a little bit further as long as it'll let me. All right, we'll stop it there. I don't want to get too risky now. All right, we have a pretty good setup now. Yeah, I think this will be pretty good. I'll be pretty close to it, and it looks like it won't mess up my entire orbit too much. Oh shit! I just kind of went past it. Okay, well now I need to slow myself down pretty significantly. Okay. Alright, you need to get yourself over there. Come on. This Minmus escape thing needs to swing on over, which it seems to be taking a very long time doing, and I'm burning all of my fuel. Okay, we have an orbit. Okay. Oh. I have no fuel left. This whole docking thing is completely pointless if you don't have fuel on the big thing afterward. Wow. Well, whatever. Learning experiences, I guess. Let's get at least part of my orbit lower. Ridiculous. Okay. Trying to think of the best way of doing this. Trying to think. I think I'll have more than enough fuel in my lander. Hopefully. That I should be able to get back home. Oh, alright. So I kind of want to land on these flat areas. I think they're lakes. I saw somewhere something about lakes on Minmus. I don't know if that's what they are or if it's something else entirely. But we're just going to pretend they're lakes for now because that makes me a very happy camper. Let's undock. Decouple node. Yes. Excellent. Here we are. Now we're controlling this guy. Alright, now control from here. It's already doing that. We gotta do a couple of things here. We gotta turn on the fuel transfer from tank to tank here. Make sure it's on all of them. Okay. And my controls here are all messed up. Here we go. Activate engine. And I should begin to slow myself down. And like I said, I want to get over to those lakes, which is a totally different adventure. So I should probably actually set up a maneuver so I do this just right. I want to do something, nothing like that. I don't know how it got that out of what I was telling it to do. Let's try this again. Add maneuver. Make that smaller. A little bigger. Make it smaller. There we go. Something like that. That's what I want. I want to just shift myself perpendicular. I want to be pointed north. Okay, let's point ourselves north. Excellent. It's rotating itself. Good. And I'm using very little fuel in doing this. Goodbye, docking minima ship thing. Excellent. This is good. This is very good. I'll go and stop it there. And I'm going to warp time a little bit. Until I see myself these lakes is part of it. Okay, slow down the warp. I actually need to be pointed up a little bit. Like that, so I expand my orbit over the lake. Alright. Keep going here. Excellent. We'll keep doing it. I want to make sure I don't hit that that bit there. Okay. That should be more than enough. Okay. And now I am pretty close to the surface, so I should probably start slowing myself. Now, at this point, slowing myself cannot land me anywhere but on the lake, so this is a good thing. Alright, I am down to 100 meters per second. Marvelous. Can I do a crew report now and get a whole bunch of science? The lake bed. Yeah, lake beds. Excellent. That's 20, so it is officially a lake now. I am confirming it. It doesn't let me go down past 1 when I am below 3,000 meters, I guess. Guess that's interesting. I think it's because they have such a low gravity on Minmus that at this point anything you do puts you in complete control. How are we doing on monopropellant? That's actually a bad thing. We cannot use any monopropellant. If I turn that on, does it boost the... No. Okay. You only get 10 out of that anyway. Alright, I need to continue to slow myself down. I have no idea how close I am to the surface. The textures haven't popped in yet, which lead me to believe I'm kind of far away. But I have no idea. I mean, it looks like you're right on top of it, but I assure you we're not. We got quite a way down to go. Oh, there it is. There's my shadow. There's the texture pop in. Okay. I see. We're pretty close now. Continue slowing myself. And at this point, we're at 20 meters per second. There's pretty much no way I can kill myself. The gravity is so low on this thing, it's kind of crazy. More science. Where's my thermometer? Log that. There's nothing to learn there. Interesting. Okay. And now you can see the lights, which really give you a good indication of how far you are from the ground. Alright, nice and easy now. I don't know what speed you have to be at to not crash. We'll just get that as low as I think is necessary. That should be more than enough. Like, I'm moving sideways. I don't like that. And there we go. Excellent. Okay. Science. Observe mystery goo. You observe the goo. That's 50 science right there. That's excellent. Does the thermometer tell me something new now? 40 science for that. Excellent. Where's my materials bay? Well, while the material samples were processed, you begin to turn your thoughts on how much Minmus looks like a mint dessert, and you have discovered that you are now hungry. And that's 125 science. That's amazing. Okay, and we have plenty of electricity, so I could actually transmit stuff back if I wanted to, but I don't think I'm going to do that. We've already logged temperature. Okay, let's do an EVA. Actually, crew. Let's do a crew report. Overwrite, yeah. 25 science. Excellent. EVA. Let's let go. Okay. EVA. 32 science. And that's from space just above the flats. Let's do another one now that I've landed. You feel like a superhero when you jump. So that's 40. I don't know what the other one was. Let's take a surface sample. The surface seems to be consistent of tiny crystals, like grains, very pretty, probably not edible. That's 150 science. I'm glad I did this mission. I'm very glad I did this mission. Okay. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. These lakes are actually really big. They don't look that big when you're up there, but they are huge. It's like an ocean to this rock. Okay. Let's get in. I think I've kind of covered everything. I can never remember if you can do multiple EVA reports. I don't think you can do multiple surface samples, but let's do this one again. Yes, that's 32 science, which was actually more than the other one, so it would have been better to keep this one anyway. Board, yeah, so I can keep more. In that case, then, maybe, where are we? Is there anything else around here? I think there's like mountainous regions somewhere that you can, maybe down there, I don't know. There's other places. I don't know if there's anywhere else I can get today. Maybe what I'll do is I'll blast off and do an EVA from space above these areas. That might be what I'll do. I'll do that when we blast off next time, if I remember. I'll see you guys then.